Right now, in 8 different places along the American coastline, 8 battleships are sitting at their moorings. They are the last ones. The United States built 59 battleships. These 8 are what is left, and every other one was cut up, sunk on purpose, or is still on the bottom where she went down. Most people know that a few battleships survived as museums. Almost nobody knows how close some of these 8 came to not surviving at all. One of them nearly sank at her own dock while the public was still buying tickets. One was saved by schoolchildren emptying their pockets. One spent 34 years without ever coming out of the water until last year. And one of them, on paper, could still be called back. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where all 8 are today, what shape each one is really in, and which ones are running out of time. Before we keep going, thank you to everyone watching. I genuinely want to ask you something. Where in the world are you watching this from? And have you been aboard one of these ships, or did someone in your family serve on one? A grandfather, an uncle, a shipmate, anything at all? Put it in the comments because those are the stories I read first. Let's start with the one everyone already knows. The USS Missouri sits in Pearl Harbor, 400 yards from the wreck of the Arizona, with her bow deliberately turned to face it. She was commissioned in 1944, too late for the attack that started the war, and she ended up hosting the ceremony that finished it. On the 2nd of September 1945, Japanese officials signed the instrument of surrender on her deck in Tokyo Bay. She went on to Korea, then to the Gulf War, and she became the last American battleship ever to fire her guns in combat. Today, she is a museum, she is in good condition, and she gets around 1 million visitors a year. That is the healthy end of this story. Most people know that one. Here's the one they don't. 2,000 miles east of her, the oldest survivor of the 8 spent the last few years being kept alive by pumps. The USS Texas was commissioned in 1914. She is the only surviving warship on Earth that fought in both world wars. She shelled the Normandy beaches on D-Day, and she covered the landings at Iwo Jima. In 1948, she became the first battleship in the United States preserved as a permanent memorial before anybody had worked out how to keep a steel hull alive in salt water for 80 years. Nobody had worked it out, and it showed. The hull that had survived 2 world wars began losing the fight against corrosion. At one point, the ship was taking on close to 2,000 gallons of water a minute through leaks in the bottom, and the museum had to close her to the public indefinitely. Her berth near the San Jacinto Monument drew fewer than 100,000 visitors a year, which was nowhere near enough to pay for what she needed. So in 2022, they towed her away. She went into dry dock for a rebuild that has cost around $75 million, funded by a mix of state appropriations and matching awards, and she is not going back to San Jacinto. She is going to Pier 15 in Galveston, where the projections say she could pull more than 250,000 visitors a year and finally pay for herself. She is scheduled to reopen there later this year. The oldest of the 8 nearly became a hole in the water. She is coming back because somebody found $75 million in time. That is one ship rescued by a state government. The next 2 were rescued by children. The USS North Carolina was the first of the fast battleships, commissioned in 1941. She earned 15 battle stars in the Pacific, more than any other American battleship in the war. By 1960, the Navy was preparing to scrap her. What saved her was a fundraising campaign across the state of North Carolina, and a large share of it came from schoolchildren who brought in coins, dimes and quarters collected in classrooms to buy back a battleship. It worked. She was towed to Wilmington in 1961, and she has been there ever since, sitting in the Cape Fear River, open to the public. Then, almost exactly the same thing happened again, one state over. The USS Alabama was commissioned in 1942, served in both the Atlantic and the Pacific, and came home without losing a single crewman to enemy fire. When the Navy moved to dispose of her in the early 60s, the state ran the same play, a public campaign and schoolchildren across Alabama collecting coins. They raised roughly $100,000 in small change alone. She was towed to Mobile Bay in 1964. 2 of the 8 are still floating because kids gave up their lunch money 60 years ago. That is not a nice detail. That is the actual reason those ships exist. Her sister ship took a different route. The USS Massachusetts is the 4th of the 8, and she sits at Fall River, Massachusetts, at a place called Battleship Cove. She fired some of the first, and some of the last American 16-inch shells of the war. Off Casablanca in 1942, she traded fire with the French battleship Jean Bart and tore her open. Veterans of her crew organized the campaign to save her, and she arrived at Fall River in 1965. Battleship Cove grew into the largest collection of preserved warships in the country, and that is exactly where the problem shows up. In recent years, the museum had to scrap one of its own exhibits, a former East German corvette, to keep funding the rest. A museum that has to break up one ship to keep the others afloat tells you what the economics of this actually look like. So that is 4 of the 8, one in Hawaii, one heading for Galveston, one in North Carolina, one in Alabama, one in Massachusetts. The other 4 are all the same class, and they are the strangest part of the story. Because those 4 are the only battleships in the world that the United States never quite finished letting go of. The 4 Iowa-class ships were the fastest battleships ever built. They were commissioned in 1943 and 1944, and then they refused to stay retired. They were decommissioned and recommissioned again and again, through Korea, through Vietnam in one case, and finally in the 1980s, when they came back with missiles bolted onto the same hulls that had shelled Japanese airfields 40 years earlier. The last of them fired her guns in anger in 1991. The lead ship, the USS Iowa, is in Los Angeles, at the port of San Pedro. She sat in the reserve fleet in California for years after her final decommissioning, and she opened as a museum in 2012. She is the one of the 4 whose long-term condition is most often described as a serious concern, because restoring an 80-year-old hull to genuine seaworthiness is a job measured in the billions, not the millions. The USS Wisconsin is in Norfolk, Virginia, alongside a maritime museum on the downtown waterfront. She has the strangest paperwork of the 4. For years after her final decommissioning, she was not simply retired. She was held on the Naval Vessel Register, maintained in a condition that would let the Navy take her back if it ever needed her. She was only struck from that list in the 2000s, and even now the arrangement around her carries conditions. That brings us to the one that answers the question everybody asks in the comments. The USS New Jersey is the most decorated battleship in American history. She is moored at Camden on the Delaware River, directly across the water from Philadelphia. And last year, she did something none of the other 7 have done in decades. She came out of the water. She had been afloat continuously for 34 years. In 2024, she was towed downriver into dry dock number 3 at the old Philadelphia Naval Shipyard so that her hull could be inspected, cleaned, repaired, and repainted for the first time since the early 90s. The work cost about $10 million, funded entirely from state and private sources, including $5 million from the New Jersey Historical Commission and a loan from the County Improvement Authority to the group that runs the museum. She came back to her berth at Camden in June. Here is the part that makes it worth telling. Dry dock number 3 at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard is the same dry dock where the New Jersey was finished and floated out in 1943. 81 years later, the same ship went back into the same hole in the ground to be made watertight again by a different century. And the paperwork question. People say in the comments, under every video like this, that these ships are being kept in a condition that would let the Navy reactivate them. The honest answer is that there is a thread of truth in it, and the conclusion is wrong. The museum agreements for the Iowa-class ships do contain provisions about the government's ability to recall them in a national emergency. But no one is maintaining them for that role, and nobody in the Navy is planning for it. Independent estimates put the cost of bringing a single Iowa back at around $2 billion, and the crew at roughly 1,500 sailors, at a moment when the service is already short of people. Their 16-inch guns reach about 24 nautical miles in an era of anti-ship missiles that reach far further. The clause exists. The ship behind the clause does not. So, there they are. All 8. The Missouri at Pearl Harbor. The Texas going to Galveston, the North Carolina at Wilmington, the Alabama at Mobile, the Massachusetts at Fall River, the Iowa at San Pedro, the Wisconsin at Norfolk, the New Jersey at Camden. 4 of them are on the East Coast, 2 on the Gulf, 1 on the West Coast, one in the middle of the Pacific. Every one of them is a hull that was designed to be used up in a war and instead has been asked to last 100 years next to a parking lot. And every one of them is somebody's problem now. The Texas needed 75 million, the New Jersey needed 10, the Massachusetts is on a site that had to cut up one of its own exhibits. Nobody is coming to write a check for all of them at once. Two things are true about that list at the same time. The first is that these 8 were the lucky ones. Every other American battleship went to the breakers, went to the bottom of a test lagoon at Bikini, or is still down there where she sank. 59 were built. 8 are left. The second is that they are only still there because of people who decided, one ship at a time and usually at the last possible moment, that they should be, not the Navy. School children in 2 states, veterans associations, state legislatures, county authorities taking out loans. There is no 80-year plan behind any of this. There are 8 ships, 8 cities, and 8 separate arguments about money that get made again every few years. They are all open, most of them, most days. You can walk up the gangway and stand on the same deck where somebody's grandfather stood watch. That is the whole thing. Nobody is guaranteeing it stays that way, and the last 60 years say it only stayed that way because people kept showing up. If you have stood on one of them, tell me which one and when.